these are my special friends, Bunny and Nellie. And this is part of the Pallant House cafe area. So this is next to the cloakroom in what I call the foyer, but is apparently officially called the garden gallery. So the reason I painted this area was because this is one of my favourite things to come and do of a morning. It's really part of my morning routine. And because everyone at Pallant House always makes me feel very safe and very welcome. And this happened to be just where I was sitting one day, and I thought, oh, everything's, positioned nicely for a composition. But actually, it works quite nicely because it's sort of on the intersection between the reception and the studio and the actual cafe area and the courtyard and the bookshop. And so I like the fact that in the community programme, you're really encouraged to move between these spaces. We have a discount at the cafe. The receptionists know our names. They love these two. And got to know me at the bookshop as well. And yeah, it just feels really accessible space in a place that might not otherwise feel accessible. I mean, I remember when I first came to the gallery, it felt ever so posh, and yeah, I felt kind of a bit out of my depth, but with the community programme, they really help you engage with the artwork, and there's no judgment. I think my sister now feels a bit more intimidated by the posh people than I do. Yeah, and it's just such a privilege to be given this opportunity. It's been one of my I put paintings in for the fundraiser every year in the studio, and the free spaces downstairs, like the studio and the print room, are a wonderful place to introduce people to the gallery and to art who might not necessarily want to pay, £12.30, to enter gallery, who, might not feel that they're particularly arty, Whereas the ethos of a community programme is art is for anyone who likes, doing art, no matter what your ability or your education. So yeah, I'm on a mission with some people to get them engaged as a part of my role as an ambassador for the community programme. And this is, well, unintentionally, is actually perfect promotion. It even has the Pallant House logo in. I chose acrylic because I think it's the medium I feel most confident in. My A-level art was done by acrylic, and it's just the vividness of the colours I really like. I will judge a piece by its colour. If I see a colour I like, ooh, I'm going to have a look at that. And I'm quite pleased with how it, I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Of course, as the artist, I notice all the imperfections, other people don't, but I understand a lot of people like it, and that makes me very happy. And that it represents the gallery, that makes me very happy. So, good all round. And now I don't have to worry about taking these to events and whether people will judge me, because they deserve to be here. They're here already, and they are starting to be recognised.
What did it feel like for you when you came in and saw the artwork on the wall?
It's quite different seeing a piece when it's sort of flat on the table when you're working to it, and seeing it up on the wall. So, there's always a little bit of anxiety of, what's it going to look like? But I'm very pleased with how it's turned out. And yeah, it's funny, quite a few people snuck up here beforehand to look at the pictures. And they said, you look really good.
What's next for you?
I think one of the really nice things about this is I had a chat with my lady at the job centre, and she says, I can really see the art opening out for you. So at the moment, I'm clearing my room to make it somewhere where I can more easily work when I'm not working at the gallery. So it's to do possibly some card designs of this little critter, because I understand people really like her, and I like drawing her, and I'm not stressing about trying to get it perfect. And also doing more artwork, refreshing my outside in page, which I haven't touched since 2018, so that needs doing. And basically it's just really spurred me on to get my artwork out there, and I would love sound very ambitious. I'd love to have a little exhibition in one of the rooms of a gallery someday. I know a couple of people in the community programme have already done that through Outside In and stuff. And so it's just looking out for more opportunities, because it really, having a deadline and having, you know, an event really spurred me to get this, you know, finished and completed. So yeah, it's just, but I mean, I'm trying to keep things open. I think it's the possibilities that are exciting at the moment. Yeah.